Okay, so let's get started. Before we get started, this video is about how you can transition from being a regular freelancer and in Africa and start landing high-paying clients in countries like US, Canada, Australia, UK, Western countries and other countries around the globe. So I'll be showing you guys what you can do as a freelancer and what you shouldn't be doing, and a list of industries you can work with. I'll also be giving you access to a PDF where I put a list of businesses and niches you can start working with. That are high paying niches. So let's get started. So before we get started, my name is Cyprian Sunday. I'm a freelancer, now an agency owner. I do web design and I build websites for businesses basically, and I own an agency. And basically, what we do at my agency is that we help real estate agents and people in the property niche build websites, sales funnels, and offer bits of social media marketing services to them. So that's what I do. So that's just a bit about me, and I created a community where I'm teaching freelancers in Africa how to transition to agency business model and start working with foreign clients. Basically, starting with literally nothing, because it's very hard to see methods that really work for us in Africa, because we might not have the financial capabilities and the access to certain opportunities, tools that people in the western parts or other parts of the world can access. So this community I created is to help African freelancers. So you can see the Telegram link on this document, and you can find this document, I think, on the description of this video, and you can join us on Telegram. So yeah, so let's get started. So basically, how do you start getting high paying clients as a freelancer? You have to do one simple thing, and that is transition from just a freelancer to an agency. And I'll tell you why you should do that. So, transitioning from a freelancer to an agency is way, way important, because you are niching down, number one, you are niching down, and you're working as a business and not just somebody that just want to have gigs. You get me? So if you want to have gigs, you can stick with Fiverr and Upwork, another freelancer marketplace. But as we all know, those places are getting crowded, and it's not something you want to do. It's something that will drain you, number one, and there'll be people that don't really pay for what you are worth. That's the honest truth, and we don't want that. We really want to have a life of ourselves for ourselves, and have flexibility and work with people we want. Work with people that will value our skill and efforts, and that is why you should niche down and work as an agency. Now, as an agency, you're operating as a business. You can be a solo agency and later transition to having other people working with you. So you're starting from zero, and you're going um, to multiple figures at the end of the day. So that's the logo. So for transitioning to an agency business model, there are three things you should do, and these are things I've learned and from communities I've joined, I've paid to join, I've been opportunity to join, and I've simplified it to three basic things, and there'll be number one, um, the business, then the outreach, then the number three, sales and fulfillment. So I'll just explain for this video. I explain the business, and for the outreach and sales for fulfillment, I'll just give short. I'll make another video where I'll explain that. But this video, I'm going to be diving deep into the business game as much as possible. But under the business, there are other things like your offer, your niche, and what you should do to be an authority in your domain or the niche you are choosing. So let's go. So now, for the business, like I said, transitioning into an agency is working as a business owner, and these are some reasons. Number one, scalability. As a freelancer, normally you are limited to the number of hours you can work, but if you're working as a business owner, you can work more hours at your own time. You can delegate time for your work and have book meetings with your client. You know, your client, have meetings with them, talk with them, and you tell them, you give them the time zone you're delivering your service, and you guys come to an agreement. Then you can also add more services to what you're already offering. So if you were, let's say, you were just doing your own Fiverr, you could maybe offer one or two service, but they will just buy only one at a time. You get me? But this one, you're talking with the person, you're talking with the client. You can also, once you're done with one service, you can also chip in another service you're offering. You get, so you can, let's say, like for me, I'm a web designer, so I can say, okay, I'm done building this client's website project, and also offer them social media marketing services, and also social media branding and management services for your business. Then third thing is enhance your credibility. Since you're an agency and you work with that specific niche, you look like a professional. So let me just give a big example to this. I always use this example. So say um, you're having a toothache and you go to the hospital and you want to solve that problem, the toothache problem. When you go to the hospital, you won't look for surgeons or people that treat burnt woods, or people that are, gynecologists. No, you're going to look for a dentist. Reason why? Because the dentist specializes in that problem. So you get me? So when a business owner comes across somebody that will solve their problem and work specifically for that problem, they will basically pay you more to solve that problem, and they'll trust you more. So if your car spoils on the road, you will not give it to a plumber to fix, you give it to a mechanic. But plumber and mechanic are both service based businesses, but they are not related in any way. So I'm just using that to make an example. But you get what I'm saying. So that's another thing. Then also, having a niche allows you to focus and be an expert in one thing and be good at that thing also. So then you have client retention. So because you are built on that niche, you can offer more services and provide resource, provide more quality support and everything. Take for example, you are building, like me, I build websites. You're working with different businesses, e-commerce. Today you work with e-commerce business, tomorrow you work with a financial service business, next day you work with a hospital. You really don't know how you can make more money from them. Maybe just getting payment for domain and hosting, but that's where it stops. You get me? So if you are just focused on one niche, since you're working with foreigners, you could have more things to offer to them and make more recurring income. Then I don't want to go through everything of this, so I'll just go to the number 10, and which is personal growth. Now I've seen this for myself, and it's really helped me. So personal growth is when you're not working as a freelancer, you're doing a business now. You tend to develop some kind of mindset, some kind of skills, some kind of way you want to really get to work with these people. So you have to you learn how to sell your service per se. Yeah. So you learn how to sell your service, and it's really rewarding because as you are growing, you learn how to get clients, how to work with them, how to close deals with them. You're getting really good at selling and everything. So people perceive you as more confident, and internally you are growing. So your mindset, everything about you is changing. So these are just advantages of starting your own agency. But the biggest advantage though is that you have less competition. That's the most important thing. You have less competition because it's not everybody that are going to be focused on that industry. Some people just go to different industries. I've been in that circle before. You're just trying to get clients from everywhere, but you're not in one particular industry. So if you're in one particular industry, let's say you're a graphic designer, you work with only um female coaches or coaches, that's what you just do. You can just deep down and go to their communities on Facebook, on Instagram, LinkedIn, and you're just, working with these people until you get a client. You're just on these people alone. So you're focused, you know what you want. You can set your goals and set your priorities. So this is one of the reasons, one of the biggest advantage of, you know, niching down, as you're specialized in that area and there's less competition. Everybody's doing one thing, or you're doing another thing, so it makes you more money and you have a target audience. So like I said, and also you have networking opportunities, because once you build your brand, your identity on one particular niche, you get you get referrals from your clients, you easily get networking opportunities. People find you, people want to work with you. Let's say you get one, two, three clients. From those clients, they could see what others in their industry, they have friends in the industry, obviously, to see what they are gaining and be like, oh, how are your social media graphics this good? They'll be like, oh, I have a graphic design guy that I work with. Wow, okay, connect me to that person. That's how you work. So they'll be like, this person works with only this industry and is really good at this industry. So easily gets promoted and by from that. So I have a list of industries and niches you can work with. There's businesses that are the easiest to work with and they are high paying businesses. And these are also listed with the services you can offer to these businesses. So I have a list of 50 of them. So you can check the link out if you click on this link and you get them. So another question you will have having is, how do I now pick the niche that is perfect for me? So how do I pick the niche I know I can work with? So number one is assessment. So you have to self-assess yourself and ask yourself, okay, what are the skills I'm good at? What am I passionate about? But I don't really think passion is has something to do with this. But just think, what have you been doing so far, and what kind of businesses react better to what you have to offer. Then another thing is you have to do market research and look at industries in high demand that have more people. Really important. They have a lot of people in them. So if there are a lot of people in them, it's really great for you to work with. So you don't want to work with industries that are very tight. For example, as I'm in the real estate niche, there are a lot of realtors, a lot of real estate agents. There's also a lot of doctors. There's also a lot of restaurants. There's also a lot of gyms. These are businesses, different niches and businesses that have more network, more people in them. You don't want to work with people that they are hard to find. You want to work with people that are broad, so you can always you have more people on your pipeline to reach out to. When I say pipeline, I mean more people on your that email list or database or Facebook group, wherever you're trying to reach out to them. They should have a large gathering of people in those kind of communities. So there are different communities you can search to get your ideal clients. So another thing when picking a niche is looking at skill, their income skill. Okay, sorry, when I say income skill, their um, it's skipping my mind. Their okay, how they pay. Yes, let's just put it like that. How they pay. Are they okay? High income earners in that skill. So, for example, doctors, chiropractors, kids doctors, those guys have high income skills. So doctors will pay you a lot. Lawyers, law firms will pay a lot. Real estate agents, gyms. Those gyms, they have members in their gyms. So there are lots of niches. I put them on the list. They have high paying income skills. So these are things you want to note, because you want to work with people that can afford your services. So let's say there are some services that are easily affordable, and they won't think twice before funding. So let's say graphic design. Let's say they're paying $200 monthly. That's something they can easily afford for what you're offering to them. So if you want to go to something higher like web design or Facebook advertisement, running Facebook ads, you need to know if they can actually pay for your service. Because those people are going to be paying $2,000 upwards $5,000. Can they afford it? I've done some things, chatted some leads or clients that I felt would have be able to afford my service, but they couldn't afford. So this also reminds me of something that I think everybody should do in your in the niche you're picking, right? In the niche you're picking, you should have a customer avatar. Now, a customer avatar, I don't know if you know what a customer avatar is. I'm sure some of us watching the video know what it is. Um, I do customer avatar. I think I'm spelling this wrong. You know, so just give me a minute here. Okay, let's just see something like this. So this really help so you don't waste your time working with some people. Um, because I did that and it was bad for me. I'm still making that mistake sometimes, but it's really sorry shit. So basically, customer avatar is somebody that fits your ideal client. So you have to research the countries they're in, um, what they are struggling with in their business, how much they are making, their age range, their gender. Sometimes gender is important, it's not always important. Their gender, how much they're making a month, their fears, what do they want to achieve, what they're struggling with. So that will help you know the kind of people you should be messaging. And because if you're messaging somebody really struggling, they're going to be very aggressive with you. That's the honest truth. I've messaged people that were very rude. I understand because they are broke. They are still struggling, so they see your service as something that just want to take money from them. Somebody making money will see your service as something that can give them more money. But maybe if they don't want to take it that moment, they'll have reasons to. Maybe they are not um, really looking for that thing at that moment, but they see it as something that they can use. Eventually they'll get back to you. But if they don't have money, they'll be very aggressive. They'll insult you. These Westerners, they are very aggressive. They'll insult you, f you, stuff like that. So it's part of the process, part of the learning process. So you need to have a good customer avatar so you know the kind of people you're messaging. So most business people are LinkedIn and Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, depending on your service, depending on your niche. So on that part, I'll talk about depending on the kind of service you offer, which social media platform will be good for you, and also how to use email marketing, which is mostly what I use to get clients. So it's mostly what people in the communities have been in use, but it's still essential that you have a social media presence because they're going to make research about you. Wherever you're going to pay, so whoever that's going to pay you $2,000 or $200 a month, whatever, is going to make research about you because they want to know if you are legit and if you know what you're doing. So that's why you need to have a social media account and social media, well branded social media presence online. So that's just it. So having a customer avatar will help you avoid some kind of certain people. You might still get the rejections, but they'll be in a nicer way. You get me? In a nicer way. So let's head back to our document here. So you could go down and look through all this. So that's just about having talking about how to transition from a freelancer to a agency model. So just a quick recap. It's when transitioning, you pick a niche that fits your skill set and also it's easy for you to work with them. Number two, they should be high income earners in that skill. Then number three, they should have more people to work with or network or communities. There should be more of them to work with, so you can easily reach out to a lot of them. And it's long term, so you want to be working long term. So you need to pick a niche whereby there are a lot of them, a lot of potential clients in that niche. So these are things you should consider. So leaving a list of there's a document PDF which I've made showing the list of businesses you can work with, and it's attached to this document, I believe, in the description of this video. So there are different niches. So let me just go over few, let's say one or two. So for example, healthcare professionals, like dentists, doctors. There are a lot of dentists in Facebook groups, so you can offer them media content writing, app development, appointment scheduling, depends on what you're doing, web design, graphic design for their businesses, law firms need websites, they need, actually there's an agency that specifically just focus on building website for law firms. So basically you see what I'm talking about here. So this is what they do. They focus on building websites for law firm law firms. So this is just what they do. There are many agencies like this: website, graphic design, video editing. So I want to check. There's a friend of mine who is into video editing. I want to show you guys something. He's making good money online and he's into video editing. So he wants me to create a website for him, and he's working with foreign clients too. So he's good at video editor and he's a social media manager for these guys. So he sent me a website which I'll replicate for him. So I want to take a look at this website. I'm sorry, this somebody else. What is his name? Okay. Sorry. Just hold on a minute, guys. Maybe I should pause the video so we get back to it. Okay, so this is what I was trying to show. So my friend, his name is Favor, works with foreign clients. So this is a website he wants me to build for him and replicate. And this is a guy. He's from South Africa. He's social media manager for foreign clients. Now, I know you guys might be asking one question: do I need a website? I'll answer that in shortly and maybe in another video. So he does social media management for businesses, maybe coaches and influencers. So that's what it does. I think it does it for coaches. So my friend wants me to replicate this website. It also does the same thing, and you can see this social media managing, and it's just for coaches, and this is an agency. It's making money. So you see what I'm trying to tell you. So it works for graphic designers, works for Facebook ads, Google ads. Those guys are even more. SMA agencies are even more right now. It works for content writers. It works for web designers. Works for coaches. You name it. So it works for freelancers basically. So you just need to pick your niche, do the need for, and good to go. So now, do you actually need a website to get these foreign clients? Yes and no. And yes is if you really want to get them to take you seriously, and let's say you're into the high paying niches, or your income skill is high, like web design. Sorry for the messages. Like web design, you need I'll close this. I think I'll close this up. So web design, you need a website. If obviously you're doing web design services, why won't you have a website? You get me? So you're doing social media marketing services, you need a website too. You get me? So this girl. So you get me. So these are just things you also need. Then if you're not um you're into graphic design, social media marketing, you don't really need a website. You need a sales funnel, a landing page, a simple landing page. So this is basically a simple landing page. I can help you build one. Can also show you something where you can get it for free, or it will be if you access the community on the Telegram community right here. If you access it, and I'll show you how you can get that. Or you can get a free landing page. You don't even need a domain or anything or hosting. Totally free. Then to get clients, you can build this landing page and sales funnel for your business. Totally free. So get it for your agency and start getting clients. So this is just the first video on how to do the business part. So I'll make a second video on crafting an offer. How do you message these people, the offers, you message these people, your messaging, how does it sound like? What are you offering to them that will make them respond to your emails, to your DMs, whatever you're sending to them? And yeah, then for the remaining two parts, for the outreach and sales and fulfillment, I'll just give a simple do a simple video for that. But for people in my exclusive community, um we'll be doing a in-depth dive video for that. So thank you very much. If you enjoy this video, give us a thumbs up, and please like, comment and share. Thank you very much.